Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, today we got a welding video for you guys. My good friend Mike asked me if I could help him make some brackets for his house. Now, these aren't your ordinary brackets. These are super heavy-duty brackets. We're going to be using some 2" by 3/16 angle iron, and also some 2" by 1/2" flat bar plate. And I'll show you how it all goes together. Let's get started. Alright, so we're getting started here, cutting the 2" angle, and we're using the Fein 14" slugger metal cutoff saw. This thing is amazing. It cuts through this stuff with ease. Now we've got 8 brackets. Each bracket is taking 2 pieces of angle iron. So there's 16 pieces, and each piece has cut a 45 on each end and then a straight cut on the other. And you can see how we're cutting the 45s right here, and then we go to the straight pieces right there. And it certainly didn't take very long. This thing really is amazing. It really cuts through this metal like butter. And there's all the pieces all cut. And once the 2" angle iron pieces were cut, I went right to the 1/2" plate. Now I tried to cut the 1/2" plate with the cutoff saw. Worked fine, but I thought that this would be a much faster way to go. This is the Everlast Power Plasma 60S that I have here. And you can see that this is 1/2" plate, and it cuts the stuff pretty easily. I've cut up to 1" plate without too much problem at all. And you can see that I've got a straight piece of flat bar stock I'm using for a straight edge right here, and I just run the side of the plasma cutter along that straight edge, and that cuts a pretty straight cut. This is real time right here, so you can see the actual cut itself. You know, it cuts pretty clean, but when it goes through, it leaves a dross on the other side, which is easily chipped off, and you'll see that here in a little bit. And here we are cutting all the pieces again. 16 pieces we need with angles, and there you see with just a couple of hits with the chisel, and you can see how clean those cuts are. Works out pretty good. Now these are the 7.5" pieces we need for the upper brackets, and again the plasma cutter right through there, pretty good. And then just cleaning them up with ease. And after we got all those pieces cut, I took them over to the belt sander, and I didn't really need to do this because they were so clean, but I just wanted to take the sharp edges off all the pieces, and I got to say that that worked out really good. Okay, well there it is. Man, that was a lot of cutting with the metal cutoff saw and the plasma cutter, but we were able to get all the pieces cut, and now we got some drilling to do, quite a bit of drilling. We're going to be able to use the drill press and the mag drill, and then we got the assembly. So let's get started and get this project finished up. Alright, so I got Mike on the drill press. He's drilling the 5/16 hole in the 2" angle iron. And I'm on the mag drill, and you can see I'm using some rapid tap right there. That's some cutting oil. I really like using that, and what I like about it is it's got that long skinny neck, and it puts the perfect little drop right on the spot that you need. But you can see the DWE 1622 mag drill by Dewalt is just cutting through this 1/2" plate. I'm using a 7/16 drill bit right here. This is real time. And you can see it just cuts such a precision, perfect, smooth hole every time. I love this thing. I never thought I'd use it as much as I do. It works out really good. And here it is, the 5/16 on the drill press. You know, we had a bunch of holes to drill on there, and that worked out pretty good. Also had to drill some 5/16 hole through the 1/2" bar stock right here. That took a little bit of time, but we managed to get through it pretty good. So I also had to drill some 7/16 hole in the 2" angle for the mounting bracket bolts that we're going to be using. And you can just see how I utilize the corner of my welding table and just activate the magnet on the drill. And man, it just works out perfect. Okay, so we managed to get all 108 holes drilled. Unfortunately, too many. 28 holes too many. Once again, I made another mistake. the layout on these holes. As you can see, we had to double drill them. I actually originally laid them out on the wrong side of the angle, but bummer for Mike. He wasn't too happy about having to go back and drill 28 more holes. However, we can fix it, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to weld them in solid, grind them flat. You'll never even know anything happened. Let's do it. Yeah, mistakes are a bummer. Trust me, I make enough of them, but as many mistakes as you make, I fix them as fast as I make them. So everybody makes mistakes, but you know what? It took us a little bit of time to drill these holes out, and it took us a lot less time to fix it. As you can see, I just went with the MIG gun and just did a little circular motion around those holes and left a little button bead right there, which is absolutely perfect. And I went ahead and did that on both sides and filled the hole up completely. And then all there was left to do is just to get the flap disc and going and grind those things down. And so I gave Mike, as I was finishing welding them, Mike's on a grinder, I'm on a grinder, and the whole thing took maybe 15 minutes to fix. So we got that behind us, and we were moving forward. Okay, so we're starting the assembly right now, and you know, I've got this corner vise that I got from Yoast. These things are lifesavers. These things really work well for all kinds of T-joints or 90-degree angles like this. It just makes for a perfect clamped for a perfect 90 degrees. So that's what we're using here. And these are the two angles that are going together. I'm just going to put a weld right down the side here, and then we've got a cross brace. This piece of 1/2 inch by 2 mammoth piece of metal is going to go inside here, and that's going to create the cross brace. We're going to weld that in, and then that's going to be one of 8 brackets. So let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Everlast Power MIG 205 here, and I've got the settings, you know, about MIG welding here, and it's all about the settings. We're going to be running this at about 19 volts and about 300 inches per minute on the wire feed. Now, every machine is different. For me, that's what works good for the application we're doing right here. You'll see that it just lays in there really nice. But for your machine or different machines, they're all different. But that's what we're using today. We're using 30 thousandths wire, so let's do it. All right, well, you might be noticing I got a new welding jacket from BSX Black Stallion. They make a number of these jackets for a number of different applications. I love the way they fit. I love the way they feel. They're super comfortable, and you'll be seeing me wearing these jackets throughout the course of the year. Okay, so you know, we talk about you know, manipulations to get that stack of dimes look, if you will. Now, there's all kinds of different ways, especially in MIG welding. You know, a lot of people like to do circles or C's. I prefer a little E, a little cursive E. Start, make a circle with a long tail, stop, circle, long tail, stop, circle, long tail, stop. And this is what it turns out. It works really good for me, especially, you know, like I said, it's all about the settings. You get the settings right, your welds are going to be good. All right, so we're go ahead and start welding this out. This is a weld on the outside corner joints, and we move to the inside of the brackets. Now here you're seeing what I'm talking about the little small E, cursive E right there. You can see the motion of the welding torch. Now, I don't have one of those cameras like a lot of these welding guys do, but maybe I will soon enough. But I'd love to be able to show you that so you could actually see the motion there. But I think you get the pretty good idea. You can see right there how that works and the consistency of it, and it just lays down. Like I said, it's all about the settings. It lays down. Once you get the settings right, it lays a nice bead down. Again, the inside corner joint, outside corner, and inside as well, and both sides of the bracket. And we had 8 pieces to do right here. And once I got a method down, it worked out pretty good. The first 2 were kind of slow, but once we got it figured out, we rolled through there pretty quick. Okay, so when you guys do a lot of repetitive welding for a long period of time, you might be able to see the end of your MIG gun might get a little gummed up with a lot of splatter and stuff in there, and sometimes that'll restrict the gas flow and actually prevent you from making a pretty decent weld. So I just carry a You know, and there's tools for this. They got pliers, they got special, you know, MIG gun tools for this, but I just use a small awl right here and just be able to just get in there, and a couple little flicks with that just cleans it out really good. Just go around the outside, and I always have a pair of dikes handy just to trim the excess long wire. Works pretty good. All right, so here we are doing some of the same repetitiveness right here. And like I said, once I started going here and getting the rhythm of things, I definitely had Mike right behind me as I was welding them out. He was clamping them together, and as soon as I finished welding them, I'd hand them over to him, and he'd start grinding and cleaning them up. And so, hey, in this case, we had a lot to do. It was all about teamwork. It worked out really well. See that? That is a mess right there. Okay, we're on to the very last bracket here. We've got the 8 brackets of the other kind we're making. Now these are 8 more of the brackets that are going to be used for the roof structure that's going to be holding. Now this part of it's going to be bolted to a concrete wall, and this part's going to have a little bit of a roof type, a flat roof type to it, so it's going to have a little bit of a pitch to it. So we've got in 3 feet, we've got about 3/4 to 1 inch, and I made this little jig right here. And this is going to help us to assemble these things real fast. We're just going to slide it right here in the corner, and our pitch is going to be built in. I'm just going to weld it up. Let's do it. All right, so this is the last of the brackets here. This is the 2-inch by 1/2 inch thick plate, and we've got 8 of these. And you can see that we're just putting this thing together right here. And Mike was showing me how he wanted it and how it was going to work best for him. And so a couple of tacks on each corner there, and then a weld down the middle, and then the corner brace in there, a weld on both sides to hold that corner brace in place. And you can see the template right here. That worked out really good for getting that angle that we needed on there. And once I got the first couple done, the other 6, well, they went pretty smooth. And these brackets here were a little bit more easier to put together than the other ones, the 2-inch angle. Once I got used to it, it went by pretty quick right here. And then there you can see we're almost to the end of the project right here, and as fast as I could weld them together, Mike was cleaning them up, and we're almost done. You know, as a matter of fact, we're moving along here pretty good. If we could have done another 16 more, we could have done it in less than half the time. But there they are. The brackets are complete, and I gotta say, these are some really serious brackets. There's gonna be no failure here whatsoever. Turned out really good. It was a great little project. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more video.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.